What's going on, guys? Nathan here, one half of the Heel Brothers, and welcome into the UNC Syracuse preview show. North Carolina heads up to the JMA Wireless Dome to take on the Syracuse Orange tonight, Tuesday, February the 13th at 7 p.m. Looking forward to this matchup, another road game for the Tar Heels, coming off a big win against Miami over the weekend. They're definitely going to be challenged here against Syracuse. Syracuse comes in as a team that is 11-2 at home throughout the course of the regular season. They're 15-9 overall, 6-7 in the conference, as the number 7 Tar Heels come in at 19-5 overall and 11-2 in the conference. These two teams matched up earlier on in the season, as we know, inside of the Dean Dome. With North Carolina coming away with 103-67 win. It was a big blowout, a big time game for the Tar Heels, and it was a game that kind of took me by surprise. What I was seeing, it was one of those big coming out games for Carolina in the ACC, and they really handled business against Syracuse that night. And Syracuse is in a transition period. Jeff Boeheim no longer being their head coach over there, and they're trying to get used to their brand new head coach and getting that culture reset and shifted where they want it to go in the long term. Their leading scorer, Judah Mintz, comes in averaging 18.2 points per game, 42% from the field, and 74% from the free throw line. He's been there for a good little while there. He's been their workhorse. He is their guy that they're going to go to consistently throughout the night. Their leading rebounder, Malik Brown, coming in averaging 6.8 rebounds on the night. He also is, recording about a 9.2 points per game. And their assist leader, also Judah Mintz, coming in with 4.6 assists per game for them. RJ Davis leads us in points with 21.5. Our Mondo Baycott leads us in rebounds with 10.3. And Elliot Cadeau leads us in assists with 3.8. Really looking to see how this game goes for the Tar Heels. They've been having some issues as of late, especially against Georgia Tech and against Clemson. Teams are starting to kind of figure them out a little bit more, starting to make them try different things and go to different sources for not only offensive output, but also for defensive presence as well. I'm really looking for Elliot Cadeau tonight to give us something on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. North Carolina really needs him to get better, especially on the defensive side of the ball, if they're going to get anywhere deep into the tournament this year. You kind of saw it earlier this year against Kentucky. Late in that game, they kept picking him apart and going after him. Clemson did it last week, and their people are targeting him big time. So I'm curious to see, what he's been doing. I've been hearing that he's also on the offensive side been shooting up 500 to 1,000 shots per day and making them, and it's good to see. He's starting to knock down some shots a little bit more, and they also are going to need that. He's coming now off of a 19-point game against Miami, which is big. It's huge. Looking for Cormac Ryan to continue to try and get better. He's got to get incorporated more. He's got to start knocking down some of these open looks that he's getting, and he's got to end up being a true asset to this team, because if not, he's going to hurt them. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to count on Cormac the way I think we all believe that he would be counted on. And it's frustrating that is the point, but it's not for a lack of effort. This guy goes out here and he does his job, through and through. He goes out there with intensity and brings the energy. Plays. He's a sneaky good defender. So I'm curious to see how he continues to mature in the offensive side of his game. Another guy I think needs to step up tonight when he comes off the bench is Jalen Washington. He has been, and I've honestly kind of looked at it a little bit, and I've been a little bit critical of him, but I don't think it's all his fault that he hasn't really produced. The last time he was in this game against Syracuse back in Chapel Hill, he recorded 11 points, of 2 steals, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. The bench got a lot of playing time in that game against Syracuse. So maybe this is a night where they can kind of turn back to him a little bit again and get him out there and kind of get him in a rhythm. There's just a few games left in the regular season. We're getting close to the end. We're getting close to ACC tournament and the March Madness tournament, and we're going to need him down the stretch, especially coming off the bench, because we saw in the national championship run a couple of seasons ago that Armando Bacot, they didn't have a substitution for him, and he got worn out until he gave everything he could, and he had nothing left in the second half in that game against Kansas in the national championship game. So I'm looking for them to get out there. I think Carolina comes away with a big win tonight, personally. But I think they go out there and they kind of reestablish who they are in the ACC again. I do believe Seth Trimble will be back tonight. I don't think he would miss another game. If he was, I guess it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, considering how this game went the last time. And Syracuse has just not been a very good basketball team as of late, coming off a loss right now in the JMA Wireless Dome against Clemson. Just briefly, their last 5 here, they got a win against NC State, 77-65. Boston College, they lost by 5. They lost to Wake Forest by almost 20, and they got a win against Louisville by 2 points, and then the loss that they're coming off of from Clemson. So this is a game North Carolina, in my opinion, should go out there and dominate. I'm not saying they're going to go out there and win by almost 40 again. That would be amazing. We would love that. I'd be perfectly okay with that. I think we would be all right with that. But I don't fully expect them to go do that. But I would like to see, a double-digit win, anywhere from the 15 to 20 range, personally, my opinion, the way this should be. They open up as an 8.5-point favorite against Syracuse. I do believe Syracuse is going to bring some energy, and they're gonna try and hit them with everything they've got. But I think Carolina's going to withstand that. But they've got to keep an eye on Judah Mintz. That kid is a really good ball player. He's shooting very well from the field. Almost 50% from the field. It's pretty daggum good, man. And he's not the best free throw shooter, as we've saw, 74%. So if you're going to foul him, you might be able to get away with that. But definitely looking forward to this game tonight. If you want to watch this game with me, you absolutely can. So on the app that you can go to your App Store, Google Play or App Store or whatever you have, whatever platform you use to get your apps on your phone or your iPad or anything. Go on there and look up Pro Sports Fan. It is PSF for short. You can go on there and you can go to the chat room, UNC basketball fans. I'm in there, and I'm going to be doing a live stream throughout the game with 2 other people on there this evening. It's going to be a fun time. Really looking forward to that. But have some good time with that, and it just gives. It's a platform. It's a very interactive platform. There's just chat rooms. All your favorite sports teams are on there. There's chat rooms where you can talk to different fans just like you. And there's also hosts of these chat rooms who will do live streams during games. And I'm on tonight for the Syracuse game. I'll be on again this Saturday for the Virginia Tech game as well. But tonight, 7 p.m., hop on the Pro Sports Fans app if you ain't got nothing else to do. And even if you're watching the game and you want to turn me down or something, you guys can still chat with me. You can talk with me. We can have a good time and interact during the whole time. And it's a pretty fun time, man. I absolutely love it, and it's been a great time over there. So anyway, guys, hope to see you guys over there tonight. Let me know what you guys think about this game against Syracuse. Do you think Carolina comes over with a big win? What do you think some of the key factors are in this? And what do you expect out of the number 7 Heels tonight inside the JMA Wireless Dome? Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here, and go Heels.
You don't want none.